shuts every one of them down. That's a full team kill.
Another. He's looking for a third. He's gonna get it.
Not the kill, and Vastek's gonna find another one. He finds that shot. He finds two.
He's still alive. Can he go in?
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna go bar down and give Saints the lead again.
Clair, if we get two, he's gonna find a third as well. Really gonna find one, and he finds another one. Dog from behind, Sauce looking for a third. He's gonna get it. Sauce popping off here.
He's gonna be Sinclair forced off the hill for long enough. Brandon, line him up, shut him down. That's gonna be two. He's looking for cardiac.
CCL playoffs. I'm John Billabangs Udema, joined by Jackson Deprive Brown, and we have a show match for you today. It will be St. Clair Saints, number 19, up against the number 11 Davenport Panthers. It's going to be a banger. Last time these teams met was a really good match, and I'm hoping to see another one here.
Yeah, the last time these met, it was great indeed. It is so awesome to be on the mic here alongside you today, John, covering this CCL playoffs, starting off right at the beginning of things, round number 1. But like you said, Davenport and St. Clair, they have met before, and it did go the distance. Map 5 at that, and Davenport was able to take it away in 3-2 fashion. Now, it is going to be interesting to see if that will turn around here in the round 1 of the playoffs, if St. Clair can find a victory, but I think this one goes to map 4 or map 5 regardless of what happens here this evening. But the thing is, whoever wins this matchup has a beast of Bay State to face in round number 2. And I mean, Bay State hasn't won yet, but I feel like just everybody and their moms are predicting that Bay State is going to be over into round number 2, and I'm just expecting the winner of this matchup to have to go against them.
Yeah, I feel like really a lot of this playoffs is like there's Bay State and Northwood, and then there's this big gap, and then there's the rest of the teams below them. And I think they're just like so strong, both those two teams. Anyone that's going up against them is going to be the underdog. And I mean, let's talk more about this match specifically. So St. Clair into Davenport. I think St. Clair over these last couple of weeks has really impressed me. Every single mode has been very clean, and we actually have a map set. We have Bocage first, we have Berlin second, then we have Tuscan. So Tuscan control for St. Clair has been like on 100% lock for the last couple of weeks. We haven't seen them drop a single time on that. We haven't seen them drop a single round on it. We've seen them win multiple attacking rounds on the map. So for me, I feel like that one is really going to be a huge determining factor. And the fact that we're seeing, again, Bocage Hardpoint, we talked to a coach about this one, and Dawson said this was something they worked on a lot throughout the last couple of weeks, throughout the last couple of months, and this is something they wanted to pull out in playoffs, and they've looked kind of shaky on it in a few games, but I think they've really solidified a lot of that. So I think you can feel confident in that Bocage and the Tuscan specifically for St. Clair.
So I got a bit of a hot take for this one tonight, John. I mean, I feel like this is quite the game, and I'm very excited for it, and that has to come along with a hot take. So for this one, the hot take is that the Saints go down 0-2 early in this series. They drop the hard point, they drop the search, they are right off the bat. You get those triple Tuscans, they reverse sweep. I think that the Saints come through, win this series 3-2, and they go flawless on the Tuscans, map 3-4-5. But I think that the first two ones are going to give them a bit of a problem. They might sneak away with the Bocage hardpoint win, but I think that Davenport locks down Berlin Search.
Okay, I like it. I think for me, I think it's going the distance too. I think game 5 will go over to St. Clair. I'm going to agree with you. I think St. Clair takes it 3-2. I think it is going to be in a slightly different fashion though. I think they take the Bocage hardpoint. I think Berlin Search goes to Davenport. I think they go back and forth. St. Clair going to take the Tuscan control and then going to give up that Tuscan hardpoint. But I think that Tuscan Search, I think, is going to be such a huge factor.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me, regardless, we're both predicting going to map 5. So I think that is going to be so huge. In St. Clair, we talked about them. I feel like their respawn modes this year haven't been amazing. Their search has looked really, really good, and their control has looked amazing as well. So I think St. Clair, maybe they only take the two searches and the control, and that's how they win the series. But I think it is going to be a very, very interesting series, and I think it's going to be very action-packed.
Yeah, I do think that we will see a team actually win this series off of, like, each team will win their modes, is kind of what I'm saying. I think that we will see Davenport clean up maybe the searches or the hard points, whatever mode there is. I think that the St. Clair is going to clean up their hard points and their searches, whatever that mode is. And the control, I mean, St. Clair, they have a huge jump start on that one, which is huge for themselves. But we should just be only moments away from actually hopping into this game here. We're actually going to be jumping into map 1, starting this one nice and off nicely. But it is going to be a great start to this evening. We have 2 to 3 matches tonight, John. We have winners round 1 and 2. Winners round 3 will also be played tonight, but it will be on the CCL channel. And then we have lower round 1 and 2 as well. So a lot of action to come our way tonight. It is 16 teams currently battling out to win the CCL.
The Davenport lineup is going to be Anthrax, Gecko, Sheldon, and North. You've seen them quite a few times. Sauce going to find a 2-piece here and is going to be the first one to get control of this hard point. Anthrax going to challenge around the corner, is going to find him, Brandon with an answer right back onto him. And this P1, we've seen St. Clair play CollegeCoD hard point a lot on stream over the last couple of weeks, and they kind of tend to do the same thing they did throughout a lot of the season, right? Where these first couple of points, they don't really challenge them too hard. They don't try and make a huge difference, and it seems like the opposition really does get control of the first couple of rotations, but once you get more towards that second one, once you start getting a little bit warmed up, that's when St. Clair really turns it on. That's when they start getting a lot of that objective time back. That's going to be Brandon finding a pistol as well as Priestley. So St. Clair actually finding the lead here on this first hard point.
Wow, that was 4 kills coming through. The full team wipe coming in favor of St. Clair. They're going to start off with an advantage here, but not by a whole lot. But the big thing is that St. Clair has P2 hard points right now. The only thing is that Davenport University is doing a great job right now of controlling these spawns, controlling these rotations, because look at where they are spotting. They're still spotting nice and close. They're able to contest this one very easily. North is out there playing with the boundary lines, but he will be able to keep his life. And Gorilla will take down Gecko in a huge gunfight there. Anthrax and North, though, are good for their trades. We need Sauce to go big on the hard point. He will find one, but he's now contested, getting chased from behind, and Sauce will turn and finds 2.
That's huge that he's able to stay on this one. Gonna get challenged again. Gonna go down, but Priestley with the answer right back. It is going to be 1 remaining on point here for Davenport. But St. Clair doing a really good job of staying in it early, and that was important for their improvement here in the hard point. It is something they struggled with, and they've been looking really good on it. And actually, they've been doing a really good job of staying on the objective as well, finding that objective time, because I feel like especially in those last 2 games they played in that group stage, they really struggled to stay on the objective even when they had control of it. It seems like they were playing a little bit too scared, didn't want to challenge those corners, and it really they lost a lot of objective time because of it. Sheldon gonna find 2 here actually. Is gonna be able to hold on to the last little bit of scrap time here. Anthrax finding another one, and looks like Davenport gonna take control of P3 early on.
Yeah, that's North with a big kill. Sheldon gonna follow it up with one as well. Priestley finally good for a trade, but this is gonna be Davenport University taking control now of this CollegeCoD hardpoint, starting us off, tying us up 39-39 after the first 2.5 hardpoints. Sauce, he's trying to find an opening. He's trying to get the stun through. It's not gonna find a whole lot though. Gecko now a huge flank will catch out Gorilla, and Davenport University is playing these indoor hardpoints like they're a masterclass here right now.
Yeah, they've barely dropped anybody here on this P3, and they've really taken over this objective quite decently. They picked up a 20-point lead already here. Brandon finally gonna break through here, take down Sheldon, but Anthrax with a quick answer back on a Sauce. Gorilla gonna find one, and Priestley gonna find another, and St. Clair finally gonna break in with 20 seconds left. Anthrax gonna find one, not gonna find his second though. Sauce gonna take down Brandon. Brandon actually gonna trade him back, and that's gonna be Sheldon again, and looks like St. Clair just couldn't find a successful break there.
I said it last series they played. I feel like now that we're going against these more difficult teams and, teams of a better competition, that these indoor hardpoints, they're brutal for the Saints right now. It's making it very difficult for them to try to find some hardpoint time in there. So they really got to capitalize on all of these hardpoints that are, these more free-range hardpoint sites that they're able to play. It is the kills still going in their favor somewhat. They're not doing bad fragging-wise. It's just Davenport really starting to build a lead here right now by just playing this hardpoint a little bit, smarter. So we'll see what happens, but right now, Davenport leading by 40.
Yeah, like you said, again, they're just anchoring these indoor hardpoints so well. And St. Clair, they're coming from different angles to attack. They're not really moving in together as a group, and it's really hurting them a lot because they haven't been able to force their way through any of these doorways. Brandon can find one. Sauce going to find another here. Brandon with a chance to get a third. He's not going to find it. Gecko going to get him back. Trades coming through. Anthrax finding 2. 17-9 right now. Absolutely popping off here on CollegeCoD. And they're going to break a 100-point marker on this point.
Yeah, Anthrax has definitely been an X factor for Davenport University in this matchup. St. Clair going to be finding some scrap time here to try to contest a little bit further, but that is just going to be 5 points gained in their favor. Still trailing by 50 to Davenport right now, but a couple kills coming to their name could help them out trying to control this hard point. This is a very big kill between Gecko and Priestley. Priestley is one of these big players to hold spawns right now for him and the rest of the squad. He's just going to be laying down in here. Sheldon swinging, and Priestley caught out weak. Anthrax and Gecko to follow it up for some more, and that is Davenport now full control of this hard point point number 4, I believe this is.
Yeah, Sauce really needed to win that fight in Sewers, was not able to and can't force the break onto the point. No one on it right now, looks like just trying to clear it off a little bit, but Priestley not in a good spot right now, has 3 people around him, going to try and find anyone, but no, Nade's going to take him out there. And again, Davenport holding control, and they've opened up this lead quite significantly from actually being down about 20 points. They now are up 70 here. And these last points are just completely taken over, and St. Clair just struggling to really break through. Even the little scrap time they get, it just gets taken over. There's one person coming through, 2 people coming through, and it's making such a difference here. Finally, St. Clair going to take control here with just 6 seconds left. But again, it's just scrap time. It's not anything meaningful.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You'd rather spend those 10 seconds regaining control for the next hard point, but it's just the position they're in right now is left to play for these scrap times. So Gorilla, he does find a good kill there. If he could find Anthrax as well, but no, Gorilla going to fall off the angle. Sauce, you got to go big here up close and personal. Anthrax, though, to find Brandon. Sauce, he does find the one player on the site looking for Anthrax, but Anthrax will keep the streak going. 23-11 here, and that is going to be North finding 2.
Yeah, St. Clair, again, just can't find the break. And I feel like it's really a lot because when they're attacking these hardpoints, they're spreading out so much. They're taking these 1v1 gunfights, and they can't seem to win them. They can't force themselves in, get themselves some good angles. A couple kills over for them, though. They are going to try and push towards this middle one. Brandon can take out Anthrax, which means St. Clair will finally take control, but down 70 points still. It's a long road ahead of them if they want to try and get back in this Bokash hardpoint.
And this is the mid hard point, right? They're not really set up for the next hard point, P2. It's not really a viable winning formula here, but a couple kills going in their favor, all of the kills going in their favor, and they will take P2 spawns last second. Now this is a chance of hope for St. Clair. You have to get 40 seconds minimum on this hard point.
They need to put somebody on that hard point right now. They're playing good positioning, but the problem is you're down by so many points, you can't afford to just not have somebody on that objective right now. It's so much time wasted that you could have had. And now Brandon going to find 2 actually is a good start for them. He needs to find 1 more here. There is North floating on this point. Really going to find him. That's St. Clair able to take control of this one for now. There is one in the building trying to challenge him here, but he's going to get taken out, and St. Clair holding on to this one. This is their chance to try and come back in this game.
Yeah, Anthrax though, he's in mid. He spotted the first player out, not expecting Gorilla there, and he will find that trade. So good stuff for St. Clair, but Gecko on the site with a big one, but Sauce able to shut that through. And now, here we go. Sheldon trying to fire in some utility. Sauce is getting everything thrown at him here right now. Sheldon will find one. Sauce not able to trade it out. Gecko could actually team kill him, and that is going to be a good recovery for Gorilla to be able to hop onto this hard point.
They have no idea where they want to go here. They're going to go for the next hard point, but St. Clair pretty much got almost a full 60 there on that one. It's going to bring them back within 30 points. Absolutely massive for the comeback here. But now the question is, can they get into this building? These 2 next points are going to be huge for them because they struggled so much on these 2 indoor hard points in that last rotation. So if they can actually get control of one of these, it'd be massive. But if Davenport shuts the door on them, it might just shut the door on this hard point game entirely.
Yeah, that's going to be the 2 kills going in their favor to start us off, though, which is quite nice. You got to let Gorilla have that one, and he will find it. And this is now going to be where you have to at least contest, right? You don't have to win these hard points. Just get even amount of time. Keep this game fighting chance. Keep it in striking distance, because at this point in time, I mean, that's all you got to hope for. It is Sauce who is on the site. He will find a kill. Now the side of Davenport looking to collapse in for a retake. Anthrax from the stairs, but Gorilla and Sauce will open us up. That's 3 down. Sauce not able to get that trade out. Priestley finally able to, and now St. Clair is bringing this one very, very close. They will most likely get these last... Actually, never mind. They're not going to get those last 10 seconds.
Anthrax already on a 30 bomb here in this game, and we're barely halfway through, so we'll see how far he can get up on that kill feed later on. Sheldon going to find 1. Looks like they will move over to that P4 now. Will be contested for the moment, but 2 down for the side of St. Clair. 3rd as well, and that means that Davenport can be able to take control of this, but it was a much better P3 than the last rotation. I think St. Clair actually was able to break in, and even though they weren't taking a majority of that hardpoint, they were actually contesting it very successfully. This one looks like it will be more contested, though, and Gecko going to find 2 absolutely huge gunfight that he wins there, and now Davenport going to open up this lead again to 60 points, and St. Clair, you can't afford to have them win any more points like this outright, because if you go down here, it might be a tough road ahead if you can even try and come back in this one.
Yeah, 3 kills do come through. Anthrax is stunned, so this is not so bad. They do find that kill, and they are going to be able to most likely get, at least a little bit of this last 10 to 15 seconds or so. It is going to be contested for the time being, and Davenport with a couple of kills that could create some problems, but everything is a-okay as of right now. That is going to be the side of Sauce, still keeping the contest, looking for the kill. He will find that one in the last 5 seconds to go in favor of the Saints. But now, if you look at this next hard point, it is Davenport completely set up. Priestley, he does have streaks. I didn't even realize he will find one. That is a big kill onto the player holding spawns. And now you got to follow it up for more. Priestley, he's going to find another. Priestley going really big to try to open up the site for the rest of his team.
He needs to be able to get on here. They're down 50 points right now. They will be able to take control of this temporarily, but there are 3 pushing on. Sheldon going to find Priestley there. Gorilla going to go down as well. Sheldon going to go just behind this wall, try and keep himself safe. North going to find Sauce as well. Brandon going to find one. Going to try and find a second, but can't win the gunfight. North going to take that one. No one's controlling this hard point, though. It's just trading kills back and forth, back and forth. No team really wants to push on because they know as soon as they start getting on that point, the nades are going to go flying, and they're going to end up dying on that point. So it looks like they will send one there. Sauce going to try and hold this point. Brandon Priestley, huge kills. Priestley going to find a second as well. Absolutely massive. And St. Clair, this is the start for the comeback that you need.
Yeah, Anthrax's position has been revealed, but he will still find that kill. North has found Brandon as well. St. Clair, they do get to hold these last 8 seconds or so. This hardpoint is going to reset in mid.
Oh,
now
Anthrax!
They got a bit of a challenge, but that's a 3K. Just as you were saying, Anthrax, he's actually going to get a multi-kill of all 4. And that is now Anthrax pushing the 40 bomb, just 1 kill away. And they are going to be currently in control of this hardpoint, St. Clair trying to retake.
Not only was that multi-kill huge because of the streak possibility, it also was huge because he shut down Priestley before he could find his own. He's going to go down, though. Gorilla going to get some revenge for his teammate there. We'll rotate back into this P1. Very highly contested. Don't think there's going to be a lot of objective time taken for either team on this one, as it is very tough to actually hold on at this point. But St. Clair, they've closed this lead up to only 30 points right now. It's definitely very comebackable here, but these next 2 hardpoints are going to have to be huge because I feel like as soon as you go back into that indoor ones, the P3, P4, they've really struggled on it. So I think if you can try and get like a solid 40 seconds over these next 2 hardpoints, it's going to be absolutely huge. But Davenport for now is going to hold on to this one, trying to collect some scrap time. But look, everyone rotating out towards P2. They know how huge that's going to be. St. Clair going to find 2 kills, going to find a third as well on the Anthrax. And going to find Gecko to clean them out. And that's going to be St. Clair able to take control of this one and move back onto P2 here in just a second.
Yeah, they got to keep control of P2. And John, I'm not going to say it because we don't see it quite often, but there's a huge possibility that this game ends on time. If it contests, we got 20 seconds here, and Davenport can just try to contest to run this clock down. The time is now going to have such a factor on this one because we've seen so much time in this game where nobody's on the hard point like right now. St. Clair finally going to hop on to stop this clock. They are only trailing by 20 points here right now. Very, very comebackable, but the time, 17.2 seconds. Every time a member is on the hard point, it stops, but if it's contested, it will keep on ticking. St. Clair is going crazy.
This could be it. They're going to pull it back within a couple points here. 25 seconds left here, but 16 points on the clock. It will stop every time someone steps on that point. St. Clair looks like they're actually going to take the lead here. Davenport kind of scrambling. They don't really know what to do. They're going to send one in here. Gecko trying to find as many as he can. Does find one there on Sauce. Retreats back away. Clock's still running down here, and it'll be St. Clair actually taking the lead here for the moment. It's going to be P3, and this P3 has to be huge for Davenport because there's only 12 seconds. Oh, that's a huge kill. Sheldon going to answer right back, though, and look at the setup here for Davenport. This could go either way.
Yeah, they have to make sure that St. Clair can't even make it in contest. And look at the contest. They're going to burn it down to just 10 more seconds, but that's all of St. Clair going down here. A few kills going in their favor. They make it onto the site. They are holding a contest. They're just trying to hold this time on the contest here. They have the lead still, but Davenport will take the advantage. The only one it's tied now. Davenport up. Now, there's just 6.5 seconds to go. St. Clair has to retake. They have to hold this hard point for quite some time, but everybody's going to hop off it. Davenport knows what they can do, and Davenport is looking to end this game. 1.8 seconds. St. Clair forced to try to hold, but this game is far from over. There it goes, and that will be Davenport University taking it in time, 227 to 219. A heartbreaking loss for the St. Clair Saints.
Yeah, that's a tough one to take in. It's one of those times where you just think about all that little scrap time on every single one. And Anthrax here, if St. Clair holds on to this one for the final 15 seconds, they can literally win the game there. Aren't able to. Anthrax going crazy. 43 kills in this game. Absolutely hard carrying Davenport in that one and made a huge difference. And I mean, going into this search now on Berlin, you got to start thinking about where this momentum is coming from for Davenport, because we've seen this before for St. Clair. They ended up losing to Davenport after a really close hardpoint in that first match. So going to match number 2, or series number 2, it's going to be tough if you're going down again 1-0 early on. St. Clair, you got to reset that mental, get ready for this search.
Yeah, I mean, this is just wild. I mean, so far, like this, you can't really ask for a closer game than that.
No.
But basically, 8-point difference, 227, 219. And I had to point at the time. I saw the time ticking at like 45 seconds. I saw it like 40 seconds. I was like, there's no way this ends to time, right? And sure enough, St. Clair, they pulled it back. They had the advantage. It was just trying to be able to get in and play sneaky, try to get that contest for longer because it got so scrappy. And it was very unfortunate for the Saints there that one of those it had to end on the indoor hard
I was going to say that it's the fact that it's ending on P3, which was throughout that entire match, all 3 times, it was Davenport's best hard point. It's where they were able to hold St. Clair off for extended periods of time. And because of the fact that it ended on time, it means that you're ending on P3. And for St. Clair, you're ending on the indoor hard point. It's all up to the subs in that regard. And for me, I think their sub play wasn't amazing in that one. And I think that's why they struggled so much on the indoor hard points. But they have a chance now to come back on Berlin Search. Hopefully they can regain and able to find something to try and come back in this one. But we'll be back in just a moment with a brief break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Berlin Search and Destroy. Sometime soon. I messed up. Ouch.
And you're...
I messed
Hello, Saints Nation, and welcome back here for game number 2. And this is going to be your St. Clair Saints versus Davenport University here in this one. Now, at the top of your screen, it might say that the side of St. Clair is leading in the series 1-0, but that is incorrect there. So, I don't know. You know what Codecasters like sometimes. Yeah. It's a little messy, but it is what it is. We got this one. It is going to be Davenport currently leading in the series 1-0, so don't let the HUD fool you in this one. And they are going to be looking to bounce back in map number 2. Berlin Berlin Search and Destroy getting underway right here, right now.
Is going to be Davenport on the attack to start us off. They're going to look in towards B. Actually, St. Clair sending 3 towards B here. 2 going to be sneaking up through A towards Brandon here. He doesn't know if they're actually going to be here. Bomb is on the other side, though, so they're making a good play to take control of A before they actually go for anything here. It's like Priestley going to find out mid, and Gecko going to take him down. First blood over to Davenport, but quick answer. Gorilla going to find Sheldon. One more here. Brandon going to win the fight against Anthrax with a pistol. He's going to be able to back off without being traded. Now 3v2, but Gecko and North finding kills at the same time. And now it's all up to Gorilla. Going to find one now. The 1v1. Can Gorilla beat Gecko here?
Gorilla has the intel, the side of Gecko has the intel on Gorilla relayed already, so that's a little bit of an issue. Gorilla, he has backed up all the way to the backside of this one, which will definitely
They're back to back right now.
They're literally 2 feet away from each other right now. This door could swing open any single moment, and Gorilla is going to be caught off guard. He was ready for it at first, but now it looks as if he's a little bit more unaware. He's going to catch him out on the pistol, and no, Gecko will find the win on that gunfight. What an interesting one there.
They both had
sides.
pistols out. They're both just running to try and get towards that point. Oh, no, he did have Exana. No, sorry. But Gorilla, unfortunately, with that pistol, just wasn't able to win it. And Gecko, 3 kills that round, popping off for Davenport. A good start for them. They are going to be going on the defense as well here in round 2. So, St. Clair, you got to find some kind of momentum here. You got to be able to win a round and get something started because we know how momentum-based they tend to be. So, the fact that you lost that very, very close hard point means you got to try and find some kind of momentum here in the search to get yourself back in the series.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So, here we go. Brandon,
Ooh,
sniper play, looking for an angle, but nobody going to give him the time of day. Anthrax might walk into his scope here now, but Brandon playing a whole different angle, much more aggressive here on this sniper play. He's made his way up to the tank. Anthrax making his way up. Does he spot it? No, Brandon, he's not looking in the right direction. Anthrax, though, is going to be playing this one nice and slow. Brandon is playing a whole different angle, makes his way further and further up into the map. It is so risky to do what Brandon's doing with a rifle right now.
Yeah, the fact that he's pulling a sniper out all the way in the top of mid here is actually insane. Looks like all 4 members of Davenport here are going to stand pretty still. They're going to have Anthrax blocking up the challenge here. Nate going to come through. Going to get him for about 20 HP, but he's going to heal right back up. Gecko waiting here in the wings. There is 2 moving forward here. Sauce along with Gorilla trying to force their way into A site here. One going to be rotating through Sheldon. We'll see if he can catch anyone, but no, the sniper up for him too. But Anthrax going to find Brandon with that sniper, and it means that it will be 4v3. Now here, Sheldon going to try and find another, but no, Gorilla going to shut him down. Will be 3v3 here. Anthrax going to try and get out here. Gecko going to find Sauce on the other side. Gecko on 4 kills now, trying to keep that streak alive. The Anthrax moving up here. Priestley going to beat him in the gunfight though. Now 2v2.
The time, though, you got to plant this bomb in the next 6 seconds or else you will not get the plant at all. Gecko is awaiting for the charge here. He finds the first, he finds the second.
Wow.
Gecko for 6, and Davenport will take a 2-0 advantage over the Saints here. Gecko is not slowing down.
Anthrax in the hard point, Gecko in the search. Players popping off for Davenport. Now St. Clair going to go back on the defense here. Has to try and find around here. It was looking actually pretty good for St. Clair. Unfortunately, they just can't find Gecko. He's able to get these kills without being traded out, and it's making life really, really hard for St. Clair because if you can't find a trade for that player, especially now that he's 1 away from streaks, it's going to make life super difficult for you going in the later stages of the search.
It doesn't matter if he gets traded now. If he gets his 1 kill and he goes down after, it's
true.
fine. So essentially, at this point in time, you got to shut him down. And it's not going to be an easy task. He's been lights out this whole game so far. Brayden, though, he will find the entry kill over onto Anthrax. So Gorilla going to find North. And now this makes it a little bit more difficult for Gecko to try to play off his streaks, knowing that 2 of his teammates have fallen. This bomb is over towards this B side, but Gorilla is there on the first line of defense, and he's going to find Sheldon now. Now you know, Gecko last alive. He's the one on streaks.
Moving. He does not want to move from this spot. He wants to get this kill before he goes down. Sauce going to be checking this angle. Does not want to give away the streak for free here. 1v4, but St. Clair, you see how... Oh, he sees the head, but doesn't take the shot. Does mean they know where he is, though. Gecko has to try and find a killer to get these streaks going. Priestley going to spot him out in the window as well. Shots going to come through. Gecko running for his life. Going to spot out Priestley here. Wins the gunfight. He gets the streaks, and he manages to stay alive as well. Tries to escape here through the door, and no one going to chase him out. So now Gecko finding the streaks back up to full HP. Maybe looking for another kill here. Sauce going to be up the stairs here. Not going to win that fight, but it doesn't matter. St. Clair to take the round, but Streak's going to go over to Davenport.
Truthfully, Priestley did not need to take that fight.
No.
He was locked inside of a building. But hey, it is what it is. You now do have Gecko with the glide bomb, and it's probably going to be used. It's like an assurance policy right now for the side of Davenport. St. Clair brings this game back up and close. If they bring it to match point, who knows? It's there to use to their advantage. And right now, Gecko currently sitting at 7-1, but right now he's really the only one kind of making these plays for his team right now.
He really has been the difference maker in those first 2 rounds, and 2 kills combined for the rest of Davenport here, struggling. And as we look further on into this search, I think you got to find some kills if you're his teammates. You can't just rely on him to try and find all these frags. Shots come through. You're not gonna find anyone just yet. Priestley hiding behind these sandbags and long, gonna be able to stay alive for the moment. No kills going over. 3 going towards A here. Gecko gonna be floating over towards the site as well. Brandon wants to push through here. Gecko on lower stairs, just waiting for someone to push through mid here, but no one going to cross his path. And St. Clair looking to go towards A, and there is nobody from Davenport actually on A site here, so they might actually get it for free.
Yeah, maybe it was a little bit of a miscommunication or something like that, but Gecko gets a flank off. He's going to get damage on a Brandon, but no kill is there. Priestley is now looking to play this angle just to make sure that does not happen again. Priestley will find Sheldon. And that is a great start. Now a 4-on-3. The bomb has yet to go down. Priestley will actually get traded out from Gecko, still finding countless amount of kills. Brandon, he was looking to go for a trade, but not able to make it there quick enough. And now we are left 3v3, 28 seconds to go for St. Clair to plant this bomb.
Sauce with the bomb has to go for a plant here. North getting some shots down onto the site. Sauce not going to see him on the other side of that door. 3v3 here, but only 2 seconds remaining. Anthrax going to find Brandon. Anthrax going to get traded up by Gorilla, though. Gorilla able to sneak away. Going to be North finding Sauce. There's only going to be Gorilla left. Bomb is down as well, and he is way too far out for him to actually be able to get this one. And it looks like round will go towards Davenport here. Are going to be able to outlast St. Clair. Gorilla seeing if he can find anyone here. Going to run by the last player, and that is going to be Davenport taking a 3-1 lead in the search.
Yeah, Davenport in control of this one here so far. St. Clair, they haven't been able to find much of an answer. They found the 1 round there, but Davenport goes right back to their winning ways. It's now going to be us heading into round number 5, and this is a crucial round for St. Clair because if they lose this one, they're down by 3 rounds. It's Davenport already at the 4th, and they only need 2 more to close this one out, and they're going to have such an advantage that they might be able to just coast to clean it up. They also have a glide bomb. They just have too much in their favor, so I'd say this is a very pivotal round for St. Clair to try to keep themselves in this map too.
Gorilla sitting at 6 kills right now. Priestley, Brandon, and Sauce well below that mark. So we know Gorilla was brought in for the search. He is showing up here, but the rest of St. Clair need to show up as well. A couple nades coming through here. He's actually going to find Gorilla there with the second nade. Glide bomb coming through as well. Sauce going to trade back on an Anthrax. Going to get traded out here in just a second. The glide bomb, yes. Gecko going to find that kill. It will be just 2 remaining for St. Clair here. Both playing pretty far back here. Bomb looks like they want to go towards B. For the moment, they're going to have to reinforce it. There's going to be one coming along Brandon. As the AR waiting on long. Sheldon going to shot out, but not going to go down just yet. Priestley to sneak away here with 43 HP.
Yeah, they do get the intel that the players are on B now, and a grenade will benefit, as that's now going to be one of those players going down, even this one up to a 2-on-2, and now the Saints are trying to make their way over towards the B bomb site. The bomb's planted, but Gecko, he's in a great position to cut off these rotations, but now look at Priestley looking to directly focus him out, chase him down. He spots him running up the building. Yeah, it's a kill. Brandon finds one on site. That's the round win, and St. Clair will force this 3-2.
Yeah, they went for 2 individual gunfights, and St. Clair was able to win both of them. Bring the round back in their favor, and they are going to bring this to a 3-2 scoreline. Absolutely pivotal round. Not only the fact that they take it, but they also were able to get the glide bomb out from Gecko, and it ended up losing, and they still ended up losing the round. So now that advantage of the insurance policy is not there for Davenport moving forward. And I mean, St. Clair an absolutely huge round win. And the huge thing is too, Gorilla going down there, he was the only one on St. Clair that actually had a significant amount of kills. Now you see Brandon with 4, Priestley with 3 as well. So everyone from St. Clair stepping up now, trying to bring this game to an even score.
That's it, and here we are. It is going to be Priestley looking to get on the jump up, and Sauce might be going over to B early here. He will get caught out from North. He has been spotted, but not on site quite yet. North might have been spotted again here, actually. Anthrax going to be the first player to fall. This bomb to be so far up onto B already is huge. Priestley going to find more, going to shut down Gecko. Now Sauce just awaiting a bomb plant here now any second. North has been spotted, some damage getting dealt. Now this is going to initiate the bomb plant, I'd only imagine. But Sheldon is on the site in a gunfight with Sauce. Sauce will win it. North last alive down there. The pistol from range will benefit, and St. Clair tie this one up after 2 rounds unanswered.
Priestley feeling confident on that one, whips out the pistol and is able to beat North out on long there. I believe he's now on a 4 streak or a 5 streak as well, so he could be looking towards a glide bomb of his own very soon here. But St. Clair, yeah, he's on the 4 streak right now, so he's approaching it. Still has 3 more kills to go. But regardless, St. Clair tying it up at 3 apiece. And the wind seems to be out of the sails of Davenport right now. They just haven't been able to find anything, especially for Sheldon struggling here at 0-6, just not having too much of an impact here in this search.
Yeah, Sheldon not able to do a whole lot right now, currently sitting at 0-6, but he has his good buddy Gecko there to support it. The thing is, when St. Clair finds Gecko early in these rounds and shuts him down, it makes it very concerning for the side of DU to try to come back in this one. But Gecko, he finds Brandon, but Brandon gets the kill, doesn't even get traded. Still alive, laying down. Anthrax will finally jump in and get the trade out there, but Priestley going to find one more. Sheldon going to trade out Priestley. Sheldon starting to find one in this search and destroy game, leaving it all up to Sauce, and they have control of the site, and a very quick search and destroy round will go in favor of Davenport University as they show this aggression that hasn't been seen quite yet in this search.
Yeah, trade just came through for Davenport there, and despite the fact that Brandon was able to find that first kill, he ended up dying without being traded out, and then it just was a cascade of kills for either side, and ended up Davenport being the beneficiary of it at the end, taking the lead now 4-3 here. They will be going back on the defense. St. Clair will have that bomb to go towards the attack, and I think we've only seen like one bomb plant throughout this entire search.
Yeah, it's a pretty unreal, right? These are always coming down to the kills here right now. Even, for example, Sauce, he was on site the last time around there, but he just kept getting challenged, so there was no need to put that bomb plant down. Priestley going to find Anthrax to open things up, and St. Clair's offense is looking a lot more consistent here now. Brandon going to find more here on the back line. That's going to be a 4-on-2, and it's all up to North and Gecko. North and Gecko are two of these players that have been playing very, very well for the South Davenport so far on this one. Gecko, he's on a huge flank, will catch out Brandon on the corner of his rifle, swinging, finds that first initial kill, and leaves it to a 2-on-3. But that is some good intel for St. Clair on knowing where these players are. Priestley good for a trade. Gecko last alive.
He does have positioning here in mid, waiting for someone to try and swing. Bomb is on B site right now, so he's in a very, very tough position. He has to try and find an isolated 1v1 against one of these players and then win it, try and escape without being traded, but playing very close together. Grill going to knock down here. He's going to drop to the ground, going to be able to survive here. Gecko also going to be able to survive, just 6 HP. Gonna wait to heal up here. Gonna go for the challenge, actually. I don't know if they expect him over here. Gorilla gonna take some more shots. Somehow survives again from Gecko. It's gonna be Priestley with backup here with Gorilla. Can they find this kill? Bomb is on site. Looks like he's gonna try and pick it up here. Will be able to get it. Go for the defuse here. Door gonna be shot out here. Somebody's still alive. Gorilla gonna finally take him out. Yes, he will. He tried to take that bomb, but unfortunately wasn't able to hold it for long.
I respect
St. Clair gonna go tie this one up at 4s.
I respect it.
I do.
Pros don't fake.
Pros don't fake.
I mean, it's what you got to do, right? I mean, here's the thing, right? Gorilla, I feel like was almost kind of close to giving up that gunfight there. He just kind of swung out, and he did get an angle of him on that bomb and sticking it. If he didn't see anything there, he might have just fallen off and been like, okay, he's baiting that one out. But nope, that is going to be the commitment on the play. It's going to be tied up now 4-4 after our first 8 rounds, and this search and destroy game over on Berlin is back and forth between these two teams. Anybody still looking to take it? If Davenport finds this one, they will move up to 2-0 in this series. If you're just tuning in, do not look at the HUD. It is wrong. Davenport currently leading 1-0. And yeah, so if they win this one, they're up 2-0 in the series. Saints have to reverse sweep. It's not going to be easy, but my prediction, that's how the Saints win.
Interesting. It is going to be a little bit of a slower game here. Sheldon going to find a kill here. Has picked up actually 3 here in the last 2 rounds, so he's doing well for himself here. Bomb looking like he wants to get planted on B side here. They're going to motion towards it. Sauce coming up here to challenge them here on site. Going to be just outside this window waiting for someone to go for it. Priestley going to find Anthrax on the other side of the map, though. Again, Anthrax going for these really, really aggressive plays through A, and St. Clair just ready for every time he pushes through. Brandon going to spot it out long range here. Sheldon also going to chip down, but not going to go down. Priestley going to find Sheldon, though. Wow. It is going to be a 3v2 now for St. Clair.
Yeah, they know where North is, too. Priestley has him on lock there and can get an idea of every time he moves, but Gecko will find Priestley there. Now, Gecko looking to get traded out, but just going to get peppered down before actually making his way back over to help out his teammate being North. That stun will hit Brandon right to the face. A grenade getting sent onto the site. That's Sauce going down. Brandon, he does find 1 kill, but Gecko was in this window, stuck in it for a moment. Brandon finds the kill, has time for the defuse, and that will be St. Clair on map point here, up 5-4.
This time, Brandon does win the fight with the pistol and will be able to bring St. Clair to game point. Absolutely pivotal round for them, and really good job of being patient there, waiting for the players to collapse. And then, I mean, Brandon just able to win this gunfight. Just the pistol, the fact that you're able to whip it out so fast is so helpful there, because the hopping through the window just had that second where he couldn't whip out the gun, and it means that Brandon is going to win that one. Now 5-4, St. Clair going to be going back on the attack here. So can they find it, or will Davenport find an answer and bring us to round 11?
It's like a Priestley Gecko battle right now here, 11-6 on both parties, and they are just trying to, hold the team together in this one and try to help them out and find this win. So it is going to be Saints on the offense. Priestley with an entry, barely sneaking out this life at 24 HP, will come away with that one, and that's a player advantage onto one of the stronger players of Davenport University here in this search so far, but Gecko gets aggressive, finds a kill, goes untraded, and now we're up to even numbers.
Bomb is going to go towards A here, and St. Clair have all the positioning in the world. If they get this bomb down quickly, it's going to mean Davenport have to scramble, and there's really good positioning for Priestley here in the back line, just waiting for them to cross over. Doesn't spot out Anthrax. Anthrax going to push up through mid. He might get spotted out here, but no, he's going to sneak away for the moment. Going to try and lie down behind those tracks, and bomb still hasn't been planted yet. They're still just waiting. There it is. Sauce going to put that one down. Good positioning here for a lot of members here. We'll see if Gorilla can catch out this player coming through spawn. Doesn't go through the doorway just yet. Is going to move out here. Catches him out there. Anthrax and Shelling going to find 2 kills apiece. Now it's all up to Priestley. Can he do this 1v3?
Yeah, and the bomb is down, so he's got to make sure he can watch it almost at all times here. It is going to be a player running behind him. He finds the first, okay, but he's got to regen his HP a little bit. The bomb has not been tapped. Now Sheldon is looking to potentially hop onto it, but he will not quite yet. Sheldon going to go down, and now it's a 7.5-second defuse.
Wait,
and Anthrax,
you might actually have this.
Anthrax has so far to go. Priestley has the post plant. Anthrax will hop the bomb. Priestley knows he's got to go up and check it here now. Spots out Anthrax. And he will! Your Saints will take the search and destroy in 6-4 fashion. Priestley, a 1v3 clutch, and that will close this one up. We're tied 1-1, getting ready for Tuscan control. Oh my goodness, John.
This is the Cold War Priestley that we saw. And we were talking about at the beginning of this one, it was a Gorilla versus, it was just like Gorilla and it was everyone else. And then the last like 6 or 7 rounds, Priestley just out of nowhere goes on an absolute tear, tops it off with a 1v3 win, and now St. Clair drawing even. We did talk about this is probably going to be a map 5 banger of a series, and I think we're going to go all the way here.
Yeah, I mean, we're already guaranteed a 4, right? So I would definitely not be surprised to see a 5th. But with that being said, we will be seeing Tuscan control in just a few moments. Now, the series tied up at 1-1. My name is Jax the Brett Brown, joined alongside John Bill Bangs Odima. We're going to send this one to a quick break. We'll be back with you guys in just a few. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Map number 3 here now. Your St. Clair Saints versus Davenport University here in CCL playoffs. Round 1 of CCL playoffs actually here now. And quite the series. These teams, they've met before. We talked about it, and they went map 5. Davenport was able to take it, but this is a whole new series. This is playoffs we're talking about, and it's tied up here right now. 2 very close games so far already. I believe the first one was like 227 to 219, and then the next one was a 6-4 search and destroy win for the Saints. So this is really anybody's game to take here right now, and this Tuscan control will have a lot of sway to it, but the Saints, they've been known to have some fairly strong Tuscan control.
I mean, it's funny because we talked about in the group stage the fact that these teams are letting St. Clair have Tuscan control, and they're getting 3-0'd by St. Clair on these Tuscan controls. So the fact that Davenport, obviously, like we talked about this a lot of teams are very comfortable with Tuscan control because it is something that is very commonly played. There are other control maps, Gavatu is, Berlin is also now a control map that teams can pick, but it seems like a lot of teams are very comfortable with this map. But the thing is, if St. Clair had this one on lockdown, if you're Davenport, like, this isn't a map that you can confidently say we want to play against St. Clair on.
I'm a little more worrisome for their Tuscan control. We're actually jumping right into it here now. It is going to be the side of St. Clair on the attacking side first, looking to get this advantage. But yeah, like we were talking about, I would say now that we're in playoffs, it isn't as much of a guarantee for the Saints, right?
That's true.
You're coming through, you're playing a little bit of stronger teams. You might have someone who might be able to contest you on your control a little bit stronger, and that's exactly what we're seeing here right now. How often do we see a site get contested this heavily so early on in these games? Usually, the attacking side is getting it fairly free.
Yeah, and I mean, we also talked about how much these lives are going to cost later on, and I mean, for the side of Davenport, yeah, they are down 2 lives right now. There's one back, and looks like St. Clair finally getting that first tick on A. Most likely will be able to take A site here. Actually, no, pretty good contest here coming through and gonna get cleared off, but they have one on B site here. If he can actually take this one, it'd be absolutely massive. Sauce gonna get challenged here on B site, will be taken out, but that means St. Clair has an opening to go for A site here, and they are gonna take it.
Yeah, it required 2 players to go out there and find Sauce, which is very big for himself. Now the A site will get its second tick of progression. They're looking to just close this one out, but St. Clair actually, Sauce gonna find 2 with that one, and that should be the A site now given over to them. It's gonna be all up to this B side. St. Clair coming out of this one with a 2 live advantage. Not all that bad. Make it a 3rd with Priestley finding that kill, and now you just gotta find a little bit more of an opening. However, it would have been amazing if you just could have seen Sauce find that 1 tick of progression.
Yeah, it's okay. You got a 2-for-1 combo there with that nade, and it means St. Clair will be able to take A and move towards B. But here, this is the we talk about this so much. B is the toughest point to take in any control map, I think, out of all of this pool. I think it is just so tough to actually maintain control of it. Spawn is so close for the defenders here. Looks like a couple kills going to come through there. Looks like St. Clair may have an opportunity to hop onto B here. There will be one contesting here along the bottom. Going to spot out Sauce there. Priestley going to spot out as well, and Gecko going to clear him off point. Absolutely popped off on search here, and he's doing pretty well for himself here on control as well.
Yeah, it's Anthrax there with some big ones. Sheldon gonna find some as well. Now this is still a live advantage in favor of St. Clair, but Davenport is really starting to bring this one back slowly but surely. Oh, a nice little nade lineup is gonna come right out onto Gecko. That's gonna tag him down. No kill there, but it forces Gecko off the angle, which is very, very big, allowing St. Clair to get a little bit more control on this one. North in a very good position. Sheldon and Gecko both here to contest, and this is such a hard site to make it through this first initial front line. Gecko and Sheldon each find their kills. We're tied up at 11-11 when it comes to the lives. Priestley with a very nice kill there is going to put the advantage back into their favor, but you still got a lot of work to do.
But the thing is, St. Clair has a 1-life lead, now a 2-life lead, so they can't play out that, and there's a lot of time remaining. 44 seconds is a lot of room to work with. North going to trade one back, though. Will be lives at
Anthrax.
1 difference. Anthrax with the flank here. Priestley going to find Gecko, and it means they can't push forward here. Sauce going to find one as well. St. Clair going to collapse on point, but there's one behind him. Gorilla going to go down. Sauce going to go down as well. Anthrax finding 2 on the flank, and he find a 3rd. No, Priestley going to take him out, but St. Clair holding on to this 2-life lead. Priestley on a 5 streak as well. If he can find 1 or 2 more kills at the end, that's a huge advantage for you, but no, he's going to get shut down. But St. Clair up 3 lives now.
Yeah, but look at the time. We're down to just 15 seconds, so if you are from Davenport, you have to make your way over here onto this site. That's 2 kills going into their favor. St. Clair is going to force to come all the way back, and they don't really have time for that. 3 kills. Now, St. Clair with no respawns, and this is so close. Gorilla, he does find a kill, but look at this. Nobody is able to get there in time. Gorilla is too far away, and he will get there to contest, but that is the quick trade. Davenport University will win their defense. Defense side heavily favored, so it's not the worst of situations, but St. Clair, they had that one in their grasp, but they had that one so close. It was just not able to get cleaned up. They had to play a little bit more aggressive near the end and play a little bit more, for those lives, but just does not come through in their favor, and now Davenport up 1-0.
Because lives are 7-4, right? So even if you get 1 kill there, that's absolutely massive because that player can't come back from the respawn. But I mean, 3 kills for Davenport there went over and it evened it up. And at that point, there's not enough time for you to actually be able to get anything real. Going to find first blood here onto North. Priestley going to find one with the nade as well. Andrew actually answer back. Priestley going to find him just after, and it means that, again, these teams not able to take A immediately, and they're going to send someone towards the other site here, but it will be Brandon defending it. Sheldon Anthrax going to find a kill piece, and that means A site. It's pretty much like when you get 2 or 3 kills, it's almost guaranteed that you're going to take A site.
Especially when Gecko's doing this in the back line. That's going to be a kill and almost some more. Priestley going to be quickly traded out. Now that should be the A site given over, and this is the problem. Davenport will actually have a lot more lives to work with on B and more time than St. Clair did. However, St. Clair had a little bit larger of a live advantage going into the next one, so we're going to see what happens. Brandon and Priestley both going to find a couple kills. Brandon looking for more down here now through mid. The A site still has not been captured. You got to get this one a little bit quicker if you are Davenport.
Yeah, it will be one contesting here. Priestley going to hop on. Going to stop him for a moment, but it will be him not on that point. Yeah, he's going to come back on. He's trying to hold this on for as long as he can. And get 3 people on A site right now trying to clear him off. He is finally getting it taken off, and A site will go down. But now you have 2 minutes to try and get B site. So you have a lot of time here, a lot of tactical planning that you can try and make in the columns to try and get this one. Because you only really need 1 tick, because you want that defense on round 5 so badly. It is so good to be the defender here on round number 5, and if you can even get 1 tick of progress, that would help so much to get towards that defender side.
Yeah, a lot of big kills coming in over towards B, and you know, this is the thing. It's a default setup. Every single team has almost the same B side setup, and it works like a charm. No wonder every team does it. It's just so difficult, but you just got to find your openings. You got to play very unorthodox of an attacking side, and St. Clair is doing a great job of defending, but Anthrax going to come in and find a couple, and he's actually going to make his way onto the B point.
There's a good flank here for Gecko.
Wow, and Sheldon will find Brandon, so this is a lot of control over B for the side of Davenport.
Gecko could clean up really good here. He finds one on Priest. He looks for a second here. They know he's behind the tank. Really going to challenge him here. Going to be able to take him out. Absolutely huge. You have 1 on point, but no, going to go down actually. So now will be Davenport hopping on B site. Will be taken out here for a moment. Priestley going to hold on to this angle here. Nobody on B, but they have one behind him. It's so hard for these attackers to even hold on to B for 1 tick. It's St. Clair spawning so close where they can contest it so quickly. Brandon going to get one back here, and they will be able to clear Davenport off site again.
Yeah, it's going to be some more utility sent through. St. Clair with the 2 live advantage right now, down from 2 minutes to just 45 seconds remaining, so they're doing a pretty good job in that regard. They just got to keep making sure they find all of the kills necessary. Davenport, they've pushed their way up to a decent point in the map right now. St. Clair has no control of that little room on the side there, but these 2 kills, maybe a third, could be big, and that's all 4 down. St. Clair will get able to get a lot more map control here now. They have a 5 live advantage here over Davenport as well. Only 23 seconds remain, and this is going to be very difficult for DU to try to move up 2-0.
It is going to be St. Clair actually taking a lot of lives off 2. 1 going to go down there. Sauce not able to find the second, though. We'll get straight out by Gecko. Gecko going to go down to Brandon as well. DU with no respawns remaining. And St. Clair with a lot of lives, which could be very meaningful in the end of this one, determining who will be able to get defender side in round 5. 3 seconds remaining here. A couple kills coming through. North going to trade one back with Sauce. That is going to be it, though. St. Clair able to win the defense here and going into round 3.
You bringing up the lives right there, that is exactly why Davenport kept 2 players alive. They were like, you know what? We can't win this round. Let's fall back, camp out, play in a corner, do something so they can't find you. I know we're down by, whatever it is, like 6 lives it is or something like right now, but it all works out in the end of the day.
I think we're up 6 lives.
Did we have more lives at the end of the...
We were pretty even at the end of round 1, and they were up about 5 or 6 lives. So I think St. Clair actually has the advantage here in lives. So if they can play towards that, even if you don't get a tick on B, if you can just get A site and keep the lives about even, you have a really good chance of getting defender side on round 5.
That's exactly it. And St. Clair off to a good start here over towards A. That's all the kills going in their favor. Full team wipe. And if they can get A this quickly, that'll be massive to their success. It looks like Anthrax going for a little bit of a last second push here going in, but is going to get shut down as Brandon finds 2. St. Clair 6-0 to start off round number 3. And they're going to get A with no problems at all. And now look at this. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go over towards this other hard point. And you have a 5 live advantage. You can't ask for a better setup than this. Now you just got to execute.
It is going to be very tough. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. St. Clair with a 4 life lead, but realistically doesn't really mean that much right now. A lot of lives remaining for both sides. Anthrax going to hold this door, try and get the angle here on 2 players from St. Clair. Nade's going to come out here, not going to catch anyone just yet. Sauce going to find Anthrax behind that door, and St. Clair 3 strong going to try and push through here on the stairwell again, but it's just so difficult because you have people post up on either side. Priestley going to find one here. North going to try and catch this angle, gets one, gets traded immediately by Priestley, but Anthrax going to trade back on to Brandon. They get one on point, but again, going to be defended here. Priestley trying to run for his life here, not going to be able to get away. Gecko going to hit him with a pistol. That's going to be St. Clair cleared off the site.
Yeah, they do still have that 5 live advantage, but they are cleared off the site, and about 50 seconds or so of the time they've had since capturing A is now wiped off of the board. Priestley with a good kill, but North is there for a trade as well. So we are still here now fighting, battling trades after trades after trades coming through. It's just Davenport has much better spawns. You need to have a player that do exactly what Priestley's doing right now. You need to have someone back in their spawns to disrupt things further. Because if you don't, you're going to have a very tough time with this one. But Priestley going to find a few. Gorilla finds one. This is their opening. This is their chance here, John. If you can find North's kill, no, North going to find one. Anthrax finds with the grenade. This makes things so much more difficult on them as Anthrax is behind. St. Clair not able to get progression on B quite yet. This could be a very big gunfight win that Brandon finds, but Sauce will go down over towards B.
And it's just you have that small moment of hope that you can get it, and then it gets shut down because the respawns come through, and you're just not able to hold onto B site here, and that tick of progression will move back, or the half tick of progression will move back down to 0. But St. Clair holding onto the 6 life lead is huge, because if they can successfully defend B site on this next one, it would be absolutely massive. Gecko finding 2 kills here. It will be St. Clair looking to again push through. They have a life advantage, and they have 30 seconds left here. 4 lives, 5 lives now. But they have to be able to execute here on the site, because we saw last time they had a life advantage, but they weren't able to actually convert it into that B point. So 25 seconds left here. Can St. Clair push through? No. 3 going to come through for Davenport. That might just be the dagger in the end of this round.
Yeah, now St. Clair, you just got to find a few kills, I feel like. Take away some of these lives of Davenport. Do what you can and try to find a couple of these. Sheldon, they know he's in the corner, but even despite pre-firing, Sheldon's still good for the kill. Sauce going to get traded out here now, and this is going to be a 10-10 on the live. St. Clair will take a 1 live advantage, but Priestley traded out, leaves us at 9-9, and that is going to be a tie on the lives after this round. Davenport will take it. They're going to go up 2-1, but here we go. St. Clair moving on to their defensive round. They're going to have the upper hand just due to sides, and they are up in the lives right now, and they're tied on the ticks going in for defense.
The important thing here is you cannot let Davenport get a tick on B. You cannot, because if you do that, you're giving them defense, and we've seen how hard it is for these teams to win on defense. They haven't been able to do it at all throughout this entire match. Or yeah, sorry, on attack. And so getting that defense in round 5 is super important. So we'll see. Davenport again going to be on the attack here. St. Clair on the defense. So Nade's coming through here. North going to find that first kill onto Gorilla. Looks like that will be the go button for them to push on to A site. They're going to find another kill on a Priestley as well, and that's going to be a most likely just taken here. I wouldn't be surprised to see if St. Clair just completely give this up entirely.
Yep, that's going to be a very tough one to come through and try to break, especially when North will find the first kill over on the Brandon just like that. Gorilla, he does find one in mid, but that doesn't mean much over towards A. That's actually 3 kills coming through, so now it does mean a little bit more. You can contest this A side knowing that there is a few of these players down, but Sheldon's still here holding this one, but Sauce on the flank comes wrapping around, will find that kill. Now, nobody on A. John, this is very big for St. Clair, tied 25-25 in the lives, and this is going to be very little time now for Davenport University to actually work with going into these next future hard points or control points.
We'll have 2 for both sides going towards A. They're going to have actually 4 now, pushing to try and finish off this A site for the side. Davenport. North going to find Sauce. Going to be 1 more left. Brandon going to slide on in here. Going to find 1, going to find 2, but going to get traded out immediately, and it will be A site most likely taken here for the side of Davenport, unless St. Clair want to come contest it. They're sending a few people over, but I think they're just going to go look at that point. I don't know if they'll contest it. No, actually, kills coming through.
There it is.
And they haven't even sealed up this A site yet, and now this is when you start worrying, because the kills are coming through for St. Clair. They're up 5 lives, and you haven't even gotten A site yet.
Yeah, they try to start sending a couple players over towards B. North is going to be the first one to do so, but tag down, force to slow this playstyle down a little bit further. You're down to just 33 seconds, and this is a concern now if you are from the side of Davenport. You're down 4 lives, you're down to 30 seconds. It is no control on the map in any sort of manner. St. Clair is holding this one perfectly.
It will have one wrapping around the back here, and it will be Sheldon taking out Sauce. So it looks like St. Clair going to clear off of A site, allow them to take that one. There will be about 1.5 minutes to take B here, and St. Clair up 3 lives right now, so it isn't a huge deficit, but definitely is workable for them. You just have to not let Davenport get that tick.
It's huge for St. Clair as well. They've already taken 50 seconds away from Davenport that they were used to having in their previous attacking round. So they have a lot less time to work with in this one to go towards this B side. Look at it, it's already down to the final minute or so, and things are already going to start to get interesting. So it's going to be tough for the side of Davenport, but they do a great job. It's going to be Sheldon finding the first, and now they're looking to make their way further and further in, but St. Clair looking to get some damage back. Sauce here in a big gunfight, and it does not seem to be anybody winning it out quite yet. Sauce will find Gecko, makes it out with his life, and that is exactly what you got to do. St. Clair 4 live advantage, and now just 40 seconds.
Just have to hold on to this point. Can't allow anyone through, and they will have the live advantage here. Moving forward, Sauce holding this angle. Priestley going to find a kill onto Anthrax on the flank. Sauce going to find North as well. St. Clair look like they're taking control of this defense, and it looks like they will be going towards defense on round 5 if they can make it there. Looks like probably one more push for Davenport here, and Sauce, a good start for St. Clair to stop that push.
Yep, Gecko makes his way onto the site, but Brandon is there to quickly shut that one down. North going to finally find Sauce up on the front line, but Brandon is just heating up here. He's got a few in a row. That's 3, looking for 4, and he finds it through the wall. Brandon is not stopping here. He wants this one to go to round 5 more than anybody else. Gecko on the site to stop the clock, but shot out, and your Saints will tie it up 2-2. We're going into round 5 of Control, and St. Clair College will have defense, which is going to be massive for them.
This is going to be a monumental task for Davenport. Nobody has won on attack so far. It is going to be up to Davenport to try and change that, up to St. Clair to try and keep the status quo and give themselves a 2-1 lead in this series.
Yeah, here we go. A 2-1 lead in the series would be super big. Control wins series. Like, everyone talks about the hard point, talks about the search, but Control is so good. Despite there only being one mode of it in each series, it's map 3. It's a very pivotal map, which can determine how the rest of the series goes. And St. Clair doing a great job in this one. They just got to close it out, right? Yep. And if you can just delay A from getting captured as long as you can, take away the lives, do a little chip and poke before this B site gets revealed as the only site remaining, that is perfect for you.
Will be a couple kills going over. Sheldon going to find 2 for himself, and it looks like it will allow Davenport to take A site here. St. Clair not willing to spend any more lives trying to defend it. Sheldon going to find a 3rd actually onto Gorilla. Trying to go towards B. A site will be taking here momentarily. They're going to have about 2 minutes and 15 seconds to try and take B here. Sauce and Brandon going to find a killer piece. And now it's all up to Davenport. Can they get B site here? Can they try and do something that hasn't been done to St. Clair in the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, they have over 2 minutes to do so. They have tied up on the lives, so they have like the resources there. I mean, they're not in too bad of a position. I didn't realize Gorilla had a glide.
Brandon has a glide as well. He's on the 7th
Oh,
streak.
so they're chilling. The Saints are... I feel like that gives the Saints so much more of an advantage here now. Because you could just respawn and drop your streaks onto the B site, which completely should clear them off, meaning it's completely open in the map. And Saints should have a huge upper hand then here now, especially when they find kills like that. That is going to be Brandon not stopping, pushing into enemy lines, and still finding these kills. The Saints will now lead by 3 lives, and they are going to be looking to close out this Control. There's still lots of game left to go.
Brandon's on a 9 streak right now, 37 and 21, just absolutely dominating here in the Control. St. Clair, their strongest mode, and they are showing why that is. Pushing forward here. Brandon going to find a 10th as well. Priestley going to find one. Sauce going to trade it out. Brandon, can he find more? No. Going to get shut down, but it doesn't matter. St. Clair with the 3-life lead right now. Priestley going to find Sheldon as well, and Davenport just a minute remaining to try and find this attacking round and trying to get themselves a lead in this series.
Yeah, it is Anthrax there. He does find a little bit of an opening, but Priestley quick to shut 2 players down. And now Brandon still watching this flank from the spawn, knowing Davenport is probably going to try something new, come back here and play with Sheldon on the back line, but it's not going to work out too nicely because it is completely getting held down. Sheldon, he finally goes for a little bit of a peek, and Brandon will be able to find that kill. So 7 live advantage now for the Saints. 30 seconds remain for Davenport to push onto this one, and I just don't know if it's 2-2 possible. Gecko, though, he finds that kill, and this is actually quite an opening, but
it doesn't matter.
Finding a few.
Sauce absolutely going crazy there. Finds 2. They have the glide bombs in the back pocket as well. St. Clair might seal this up. Sheldon actually going to find a 2-piece here. Sauce going to take him out, though. Not going to be able to do that quite yet. Gecko going to find Brandon on the backside, but he can get traded out by Sauce. Sauce on a 4 streak right now, holding this one down by himself as his teammates are respawning here. Anthrax going to take down Priestley. Gorilla going to trade back, but now a 7-life lead and just 10 seconds remaining. St. Clair is going to take control here in just a second. Streaks may come through. Maybe they'll just hold it with their guns. North going to find Gorilla, but going to get traded out by Priestley, and that is going to be it. 3 seconds remaining. No respawns. No chance to take this one, and St. Clair going to take a 2-1 lead in this series. Going to take Tuscan control, and we're going to hardpoint on Tuscan. St. Clair, you win the map. You got 2 more of the same thing. I think they have a good chance to take this series.
Yeah, I think that St. Clair is very, very excited with this Control win. It was one of the ones that, you know, they were like, okay, this is our best shot to actually win a map. This is the one that we were most favored to win. Let's close it out. Let's take a lead in the series, and now this is where you are. The Search and Destroy win, also huge, because now you're in a position where you're not forced to win these last 2. You have opportunity for air, which obviously you don't want to use, but it's there if needed. You have a little bit more of an insurance policy saying, hey, we can drop a map. We only need one of these last 2, and they're both on Tuscan. Makes me fairly confident in St. Clair.
And I do really like the strategy that they put out for that one, is the fact that they actually spent, I feel like, a little bit more resources defending A. And I feel like when Davenport got overconfident. They said, okay, like we have A site. We're going to leave somebody on there. We're going to start attacking B. St. Clair would send 1 or 2 over there and they'd stop them from taking A site. So it meant Davenport had to rotate back. They had to spend more lives. And when you got towards B, you didn't have as much to work with. And St. Clair, I mean, they literally got defense because of they just straight up out frag Davenport, right? So that's super important, especially going into something like Hardpoint where frags are going to be super important as well.
Yeah, beautiful stuff all around. But we are going to be sending this one to a quick little break before we head underway with map number 4. It's your Saints currently leading 2-1. My name's Jackson Brett Brown, joined alongside John Bill Bangs Widimo, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Welcome back, Saints fans. We are getting into map number 4 here in the series. St. Clair taking a 2-1 advantage after a decisive Tuscan control yet again. And we are going to be going over to Tuscan Hardpoint here.
Yeah, Tuscan Hardpoint is going to be the next stop here. It's Tuscan for the rest of this series here, so it's going to be decided on a Tuscan regardless. It's just who's going to be the winner. We've seen the Saints win quite the amount of Tuscan games over this whole semester, but every team is fairly strong at Tuscan, so this is anybody's series to take at this point in time. I know me and you were just talking a little bit about how we think this one's going to go over our 2-minute, 3-minute break we just had there, and I really do think that me and you are on the same page, that this Hardpoint is probably going to go in favor of Davenport. They've been shown to win a lot of their hard points. They were able to win the hard points against St. Clair even in the last time they met. So now, here we go. St. Clair are looking to take this hard point, but Davenport, they have my upper hand here right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think if Gecko can show out like he did on the search and on the control, I think if he can bring that kind of level to hardpoint, I think St. Clair are really going to struggle. And if Anthrax can pop off like he did in the first map, I think it's going to go really well for them. But he's actually going to be the first one to go down. And Priestley here, Gecko can trade out Brandon immediately. Priestley going to find a second as well. And Sauce going to get one. And Gorilla going to clean up the last one. So St. Clair going to be the first ones to take P1.
Yeah, very big stuff for the Saints here. Now, just a quick little heads up for all you guys. We are having some issues with our HUD, and it is going to be a 2-1 lead for the Saints here right now. We will most likely get the fix up for you all going into this next map here going forwards. It's just a little bit of an issue here right now in the CollegeCaster. But yeah, St. Clair currently up 2-1 over Davenport. A great start to this hardpoint as well. A 19-point advantage. Davenport is finally able to retake some control, but St. Clair is quick here to try and answer back to this one. But Anthrax not letting that happen. Gorilla going to be shot out. Sheldon here looking for a few, and he will find it before Priestley can trade out Gecko.
They lined up for him there. Priestley and Gorilla going to find one apiece here. It looks like they will be rotating towards B site here, or second point, sorry. Will be 4 strong here. They're going to have 1 defending, but North just takes a turn at the wrong time. Pistol out. Gecko going to find 2, though, with the sub. But St. Clair going to look to try and get towards P2 here. They have 1 in behind. They have 1 up top as well. They are going to be challenged here in a second on site. North going to find Sauce. Brandon going to find 2, but Sheldon and the Echo going to shut the rest of St. Clair down. And it will be Davenport again taking control of this hard point in just a second. No, actually, nobody's on it just yet, and it seems like nobody can really find control of it.
I'm not going to lie, when was the last time that we saw Tuscan Hardpoint for St. Clair? I feel like it's been
a while. It has.
They haven't really played it in their playoff pool a whole lot, so to see it here now makes me actually a little bit worrisome here for it. They are not doing too bad right now, and they're keeping this one in striking distance. However, Davenport University is getting hold of all of the key positions of the map right now and holding down these hard points. St. Clair not able to break in through. North going to find another onto Gorilla, and they're going to approach the 50-point marker. Yeah,
that lead they had has evaporated here after P2, and it will be moving over to this third one here. Definitely one that St. Clair has been able to lock down pretty well, but Anthrax, Gecko, and Sheldon all getting in on the action. Going to find a kill apiece. They will collapse towards P3 here. Sauce going to find 2. Gecko going to take him out with a trade. North going to find Priestley as well. And Davenport, a smooth transition into P3 here, and they're able to take control of it yet again. St. Clair just struggling to break into these hard points.
Yeah, struggling to break in indeed. It's the name of the game here right now, and it is going to be the side of Davenport, currently still set up very nicely on this hard point. However, St. Clair getting a couple of kills, able to collapse in on through, and Anthrax is left alone here, trying to make his way back here and potentially find Priestley on the bomb site, or the hard point rather, but it is going to be the kills going in favor of the Saints.
Priestley going to find 2 for himself here, staying alive as well, going to heal up to full HP here in just a second. It will be Sauce finding 1. Gecko going to train him right back out, but St. Clair was able to break in and take this one back. There is one hiding all the way back here north, just trying to hold his position here. One will spawn out, and it will be him just taking control of it for a second. They are going to push towards this one, but this indoor hardpoint, St. Clair struggled with so much on Bocage. Anything close range, they just really couldn't take good control, and it's going to be, again, Davenport going to be the first one on this church point.
Yeah, St. Clair, they do still have a few kills coming to them, but it's just not exactly what they need to break into this hard point to their liking. Some utility sent through. North will go down, but Sheldon is going to be quick there for a refrag, and it's going to now be left here still a 3-on-3 on this site, and Brandon currently holding in control of it. Priestley here as well, but getting tagged down from Anthrax is forced to play a little bit of a different angle. Priestley will go down. Sauce will go down. The entry kills are through. All 4 going to come in for Davenport, and St. Clair is going to be knocked out.
It will be them trying to retake here. Gecko with the 3 multi-kill, and he is 14-11. I talked about if he can start popping off here on the hard point, St. Clair are going to have a real struggle, and it is going to be Davenport, the first one to cross the 100-point marker. St. Clair will be able to clear them out of church here, though. They will get the break, and will be able to pick up the scrap time. We'll be going towards P4 here. Another indoor one. We'll see if St. Clair can do better on this one. Sauce going to find 2, but Anthrax Gonna answer back with one on the Priestley, but again, Davenport just allowing St. Clair to have the scrap time. They're able to get this initial point and take control of it for a second.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is Davenport's been really keen on rotations. Even in the boat college we saw just map 1 seems so far ago now, but yeah, even the rotations that we saw in map 1 they were very consistent for Davenport. They make their way onto the bomb sites very early, and now though, St. Clair, they did fairly good stuff to try to open up a retake, but 3 kills come back for Davenport, and that is going to be the side of DU continuing with the advantage.
Really good job there by North, covering his teammate Anthrax to try and keep that streak alive. Is at 6 right now. We'll keep an eye on him, see if he can find that 7th. Yes, he will. Just before going down, he will be able to get that glide bomb through. A useful tool, especially when you have an advantage like they already do. 50 points for Davenport. And again, it's the same story as that first map. It's just St. Clair not able to hold control of these, and it's just picking up scrap time at the end, and rotations coming through from Davenport at the right time, able to take control really early of these hard points and hold on to it for the first 40 seconds. And if they can continue on like this, I don't think St. Clair has a chance to actually take this hard point.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to actually take this hard point if they do carry on like this indeed. Gecko will find Sauce here. Now Brandon good for a trade over onto Anthrax, and this is going to be Sheldon looking for Brandon. He will find it, and it is going to be left here now on ourselves. 3 kills all coming through in Davenport's favor. Sauce finally able to find one back, but not enough here as Davenport is continuing with this landslide of a hard point so far.
60-point difference right now. Davenport has opened it up for themselves here. Will be 3 looking towards E1 here, but not able to take control of it. North going to find 1, almost gets a 2nd and a 3rd as well. Priestley going to shut down Sheldon here. North going to find 1 and going to find a 2nd. Gecko finding a 3rd. Brandon going to trade 1 back, but it doesn't matter. Davenport able to hold on to this first point, and they will get a full 60 here and open this lead up to 80 points.
Yeah, this is quite the lead built for Davenport, and it's getting to the point now where I'm just like, oh, GG, go next almost, right? Yeah. Where it's more or less so the point where, you know, Davenport's 80 points away from winning, where St. Clair's 80 points away from tying this game up. And that is a big difference here right now between these two teams. Davenport not slowing down in the kills department. And the one thing that does concern me a little further as well is that this provides them with a good amount of momentum going into map number 5 if they do come away with this one. Yeah,
I definitely think at this point you're up almost 90 points for Davenport. You're definitely feeling this one in the bag. You have a couple streaks as well, just in case it does end up getting close. St. Clair going to be able to reclaim this one, get some time back for themselves, but the gap is just so large between these two teams right now in terms of objective time. I don't think St. Clair has a chance to actually come back and take this one. St. Clair going to find some trades here, going to get a little bit of scrap time, but again, it's the same thing. Davenport allowing them to have the scrap time at the end and are getting those rotations into that next point before St. Clair can react to it, and it's worked out so well for them in this game so far. And actually will be Davenport actually picking up the scrap time here, and St. Clair looking to try and contest here on P3. Anthrax going to find 1 though, going to take 1 out. That's going to be North finding another, just 1 left here on site. Gorilla going to find 1. Can he find the 2nd? Is going to be able to survive and walk away for a moment, but can he survive this? Yes, he will. Going to take out Anthrax and find another one. Gorilla holding down site on his own here. Another kill for Brandon, and St. Clair going to be able to wrest control of this P3.
Yeah, they're able to bring this one back into a little bit more of a striking distance, but the only problem is that Davenport University has such a lead that even a full 60 doesn't even put you up to a tie game, and that's the thing that really hurts the momentum of St. Clair here in this hard point currently. They are obviously still trying to go for the full 60. Sheldon with a very, very nice grenade over onto Sauce there, and it is going to be left into a 4-on-4 on the site. Gorilla finds North. Anthrax going to trade 1 out, and here we go. This is going to get scrappy.
This is going to be Gecko finding Sauce, the last person to clear off site here. 3 going towards this point for the side of St. Clair, but looks like Davenport already on that rotation. They're allowing St. Clair to just take this, no problem. They're getting ready for that next point, and they can't afford to do this because they have such a large lead. It will be another indoor hard point. St. Clair going to have to try and find a way to do this one. Sauce, a good start, is going to be able to get 1, but there's people collapsing from all 3 sides on him. Anthrax going to take a Gorilla on the way in, and that's going to be Sheldon taking out Sauce. And again, Davenport going to start out control of this point, and St. Clair just haven't been able to find a good answer for it.
Yeah, not a good answer here at all for this one quite yet. It is going to be Priestley able to take out Gecko here. Anthrax good for a couple trades, but Sheldon, in the end of the day, will find that kill to hold a little bit of control still in the favor of Davenport towards this site, and they can win this hard point, or win this game on this hard point here actually as well. St. Clair's needed to contest, otherwise this game will end right here. And Brandon, he's going to come from above. He has a nice little angle here. He spots it in the first player, and that's 3 kills for the Saints, almost looking for a 4th, but North is good for 1, but finally traded out for Priestley.
St. Clair going to get time on this one, but I mean, you can even just go to the next point if you're the side of Davenport, and you'll be okay with just giving St. Clair all of this scrap time because you're at 226. You only need 25 more seconds of objective time to take this game, and they are more than happy to give St. Clair as much as they need to try and come back. And it's Sheldon going to find 2 kills for himself here. It will be a P4 push here, and it will be, again, Davenport just holding control before St. Clair can even have a chance to rotate onto that site. Gorilla going to get a good start, though, and there's 2 more inside. Gorilla going to find a second here. Going to walk out towards the other side, allow his teammates to contest. There will be one here in the building. Anthrax going to find one. Can he find the second? No. Brandon going to shut him down. Gorilla going to find Gecko as well. St. Clair a third, and they will be able to take control of this for the moment.
Where was this before? That's the big question, right? I mean, here we go. St. Clair, they do still have a good chance to come back and actually, be able to do something with this game. This one is not going to end in time. This one's definitely going to end in regulation. And that's a few here now as well. Yeah, Brandon going to find one here. Gorilla can find this kill. There it is. That is score streaks for Gorilla. And now this game is actually just within, 30 points or so. So this is very, very close here, John. And this is still anybody's to win.
There's multiple streaks. I'm pretty sure there's 3 or 4 people that have streaks right now on both sides. So I think the end of this will get very, very bloody, but St. Clair doing such a good job of holding this stairwell. Priestley going to go down, but Sauce with a good trade, and that means he can hop back on a point. Now they pulled it to within 20 points. This is very, very doable. The problem is it is going to be Davenport again, first person on this point. Gecko going to find Gorilla. It's just going to be Brandon left. Does find the kill, though. He will be trying to anchor this for the moment, not going to let anyone from Davenport on. And St. Clair, that's going to be one block eye bomb coming through, but it's not going to find anybody. Somebody going to come up empty-handed with a streak. Brandon going to find 2 absolutely massive on point. Going to try and get a third here as well. He's going to find it with a pistol. Can he find the 4th? He's going to go for it here, trying to find that 4th player. Going to get it.
My
Brandon
God!
finds 4. He gives St. Clair a chance to actually win this hard point.
North is here. He's been spotted. Brandon going in, looking for more. St. Clair is a relentless right now. Still finding all of these kills. And it is now going to be 230 to 228. And St. Clair, they've come back from everything in this matchup to take the advantage over Davenport University. And DU needs a contest. St. Clair is set up perfectly right now. They just need to close it out. Priestley finding more. Gorilla with the streaks. Sauce with the grenade kill. 5 points is all that's needed for your St. Clair Saints to go and play Bay State in round 2 of CCL playoffs after a massive comeback on the hard point.
That is exactly what we love to see from them. That is the St. Clair we know, and that is just unbelievable. Brandon at the end just going on an absolute tear. Found 6 in a row within 10 seconds, and there was no contest. Davenport, they didn't have control of the objective at the beginning, and it cost them the entire series.
Wow. This was a 190 to 120 scoreline at one point.
I think it was 190 to not they were almost 100
You said
point.
80-point lead at one point in time in
It's
this
crazy.
game, and
it's crazy.
It was unreal, right? It was a 190 to 110 advantage here, and St. Clair was able to come back. They were able to close this one out 3-1 fashion. We don't even have to see the map 5 here for the Saints. They will prove us wrong, and they will be going on to round number 2. Now, correct me if I'm wrong to our production team, but they will be going on to play Bay State in round 2, I do believe. So, but yeah, I mean,
it's Bay State.
It's about 95% chance. So Bay State, St. Clair most likely going to be coming up here after this. But wow, what a great game.
That was, I mean, we were literally saying halfway through the game, we're like, you said GG go next. Don't even think about it. St. Clair stops you in your tracks and says, no, we are going to stop you. We are going to end it right here in game 4. And that's absolutely what they did. Shout out to St. Clair for the mental fortitude to actually be able to say, okay, despite us being down, they were able to hold 2 for full 60. And then, I mean, that last point, Brandon just absolutely going insane there with the help of his teammates behind him. And no comment.
Hardpoint is one of the hardest modes to come back from in all of Call of Duty. And they did it. And they were able to close it out very, very nicely. I mean, and it makes it even worse that I was like, GG, go next. Like, my morale was not there for the Saints there. And I do got that. That's on me. That is, I'm taking an L for that one. But the Saints are going to come through. They're going to be up 3-1. They will take this series. They're now guaranteed top 12 in CCL playoffs as well, I do believe. So top 12 or top 10, something like that. So they are guaranteed now to be not in the last, finishing positions. They've won a series under their belt here. And now they got to go up and play the Demon of Bay State. So we'll see how that goes.
But this is exactly what you need going into a series against Bay State. Like, you got to be feeling so good after that hard point. You got to take that momentum, bring it into that next series, because this is going to be the most challenging series of the entire year for you by a mile. So I think for St. Clair, you got to bring everything you have to this next series, because you're playing against arguably the best team in the league. So It's going to be a tough one, but I think after the series, St. Clair has a chance.
I don't really think it's an argument. I don't really think it's an argument that Bay State is one of the better teams in the league. I'd be actually pretty surprised if Bay State doesn't come through and win the CCL.
I think Bay State got 5-0 by Northwood in the NACE Star League Finals.
Interesting. We'll see. But with that being said, we are going to send this one over to a quick break. We will be back with winners round 2 of CCL playoffs here in just a few moments. Stay with us. We'll be back.